Okay, so we're now in about the middle of our summer. We're about 6 weeks from the first day our players will report to camp. And they have been given a program for the first part of the summer, and they followed it, or were expected to follow it. We program based on those guys that are probably not have done a whole lot, and then we can add to the ones that are doing really well. And so here is a sample of where we're at this week. Every day in our training, like we've talked about before, we prioritize a speed component, a strength component, and then the intensity component. And in this workout, there's not a ton of work on speed. The main point we would see speed here is in the jump rope warm-up, where we're working on foot speed. You also see some explosiveness or some plyometric work in the burpees later on in the workout, but not a ton of speed work. Other days within our week of training, which we'll talk about later, incorporate linear speed work, lateral speed work, but here all we're doing really is some foot speed. We extend the warm-up a little bit more specific with the snatch complex. Good. Muscle it up first, then we're going overhead squats. Sit back on those heels. Good, get down deep. That's away.
All right, so snatch complex, we're not going to go quite as extensive as the Bergen or warm-up, but we're going to take a few of the pieces. So the first part of it's going to be just a muscle snatch. You do 5 reps from just below the knee. So you're just up, straight up. 5 reps. From there, we go straight into 5 overhead squats. A lot of the guys aren't the best overhead squatters, but we work on the flexibility with this. So press the shoulders up to the ears. 5 overhead squats. Once they get there, we go 5 power snatch from just below the knee. So you're going to rebend, stand all the way up with it. 5 reps, just like the muscle snatch, just like the overhead squat. Good work.
Halfway. Stay strong, stay strong. Come on. And then the third part of our warm-up is always going to be some kind of core work. And today that's a static hold in the plank position. Some people call it elbows and toes. What we want out of that is just to not move at all. Keep that core tight. Stay in that hollowed out position. So our strength component of the day is pressing based. It is an incline bench and then also a front squat, both of which we're hitting 5 sets of 5. The incline bench, what we want on that is we want to progress up to the heaviest set our athletes can do for 5 reps.
Front squats, let's do it. 80% halfway.
We do that by itself, progress up, taking some decent amount of rest so they can hit a heavy weight, and then we go to the front squat. On the front squat, we're going to base that off of our clean max, and on this particular day we went up to 80% for our top weight of our clean max, and the reason being is for 80% is an 8 rep max. I want to make sure our guys are going to get good depth, and so I'm not going to go all the way to 8, but I'm going to get repetitive sets, good depth, elbows high, good technique.
Elbows up, baby. Yeah, 195. Good squat. There you go. Back on those heels.
Atta boy.
Mixed in with our front squat, we threw in some medicine ball throws, 20-pound Dynamax ball. We use different variations, whether it be a chest pass, overhead, twisting, on our knees, up on our feet, different things we've done in the past. And really what we're wanting is an explosive plyometric work for the upper body, but not only the throw, but also the catch. The catch is vital too, because the catch is absorbing the shock of it, much like they're going to get in a game. You see a football player, a lot of times what's happening is not necessarily delivering a blow, but receiving the catch of it. And to be able to have that upper extremity, everything is be able to take on that block or take on that tackle, your neck, your traps, your hands, all these things go into play, and this is one exercise that can help. So in some more assistance work, we went with a ring knee raise where you're doing single legs as well as double, and then a push-up, working on core development. And then also we added some more posterior chain work with the GHD bow, using the partner glute hams, and basically, hitting the glutes, hitting the hamstrings at the end of the workout. So at this point in the workout, it was time for the red zone. And the red zone of the day was 100 burpees for time, and they had to start every minute with 5 sandball slams. So they'd have to, as soon as they got to the top of the minute, they stop what they're doing with the burpees, come over, hit the 5 sandball slams, and then get back to it until they got their 100th burpee. When they hit their 100th burpee, they looked at the clock for their time, or if it hit 12 minutes before that time, we had a 12-minute cap, then they wrote down how many reps they could get in 12 minutes. We thought this was a great red zone circuit because of 3 reasons. Number one, athletically, this gives us what we want. You see, we got 2 movements, and with the sandball slam, you're getting hand strength, grip strength, you're having to move that external load explosively. And then with the burpee, you got to get your body off the ground, you got to jump, and again you got to move explosively. So athletically, what a great circuit, to have those two types of things in there. Number 2, this is a conditioning session, and it's a really good conditioning session. Traditionally speaking, we run to condition, and of course you can get a lot done doing intervals, doing sprints, and just running. But this breaks up the monotony. The athletes like this kind of stuff because they feel they're getting the same thing as far as getting their air up, and they're getting huffing and puffing, and it's tough, and it is conditioning them. But what we know to be true is it's great for them metabolically, because they're doing movements that are more than just running, and that's good for their sport. Because in your sport, you're not just running. You don't need to just be fit to run. You need to be fit to move, to get your body off the ground. Football players are colliding into other bodies, and they have to do things explosively. They're getting pushed on. They're getting pulled on. And so I love the fact that we mix this stuff in as conditioning. Now, number 3, one of the greatest benefits of this type of stuff, as we all know, is the mental component, mental toughness. And I love to see who wins these circuits, because it tells me who's the toughest. And I tell our players that. I said, the toughest guy will probably win this. And they know that, and so they push for it. And then the greatest thing you see is when they're done, and you see them out there on the field of play, and you can see the confidence in their eye to know that they've been through things that are really tough, and that's going to help them out there on the field. Yeah. Is that be good for a basketball player? How come?
The explosiveness, the jumping, the push-ups for upper body, the endurance, and the wind it takes out of you when you're doing burpees and jumping up. And then overall, mentally, it hits the aspects, because you gotta get 100 burpees, and we got a time cap in these things. So you gotta work at it.